Now I know today is not my regular day for posting, but I came across a pattern recently that was just too cool to wait on. Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Matt, thanks for stopping by. So just recently, I was flipping through some of my back issues of Portable Restroom Operator magazine, and I came across an interview with a really interesting character. The guy's name was Rosco Coltrane, and before he got into the porta potty business, he had a career in law enforcement down in Hazzard County, Georgia. Now what a lot of people don't know about Coltrane is that he was a pretty accomplished fly fisherman and tyer. In fact, the interview with him in the Porta Potty magazine was talking about the time he caught the Georgia state record rainbow trout. He said he caught it in the Cartacay River in Ellijay, Georgia. Now picture this, the Cartacay runs right behind the Dairy Queen in Ellijay, and he said one of the cooks there, Curtis Lowe, was so lazy that when he was closing at night, instead of taking all the food out to the dumpster, he'd just throw it in the river. And that's where this big trout lived. Night after night, just sitting back there in the pool, getting fat on chili dogs and curly fries. And Rosco said he did try to catch the fish on hot dog chunks, but could never make it happen. But what he finally did get it on was a streamer that he created himself. And he said he's had all kinds of luck with this pattern, from bonefish down in the Bahamas to alligator gar down in the swamps of Louisiana to big rainbow trout behind the Dairy Queen. Now Rosco said he named the pattern the Polar Skunk Bear Flash Deer Guinea Special, but in most books you'll just see it abbreviated as a P.S.B.F.D.G special. Now it's a pretty cool pattern, not at all hard to tie. I think y'all are gonna like it. Let's give it a shot. So there it is in the vise, the Polar Skunk Bear Flash Deer Guinea, or P.S.B.F.D.G special. Pretty nifty looking pattern. Certainly a lot of fun to tie. Now the recipe calls for a size 4 curved shank hook. Let's go ahead and pinch our barb on this guy right here. And let's put down a base of purple thread, just well around the bend of the hook. Now the first part of the tail is this Grizzly hen dyed yellow. And if you can get the concave sides together so it'll splay out, I think you're going to be in a lot better shape. So let's tie this in quite long right here. Just a couple loose wraps on the top. Make sure we're positioned how we want. Oh yeah, that's going to look great right there. So let's go ahead and catch these in. We can bury these stems going all the way up front. Well, maybe not all the way up front, but at least to where we're going to stop our body, because we got a couple more parts of the tail. It's this white rubber leg and blue flash. I'm going to go ahead and catch them in at the same time right here. On the far side, show you why here. I'll catch it in right here, and then I will fold it back on this side, on my side. That way I can keep a smooth underbody as I wrap these back. I'm just going to do loose wraps right here until I get to the back, and then I can really tighten them down. Okay, let's go ahead and snip these off to length right here. And I tried to keep that underbody as smooth as I could. It'll just make the next step look a little bit better. And the next step is the blue and yellow chenille. Now it's very important that you get the blue one down first, so the blue will be the first wrap we see. And this body, it's a pretty cool style. It's kind of like the gravel gertie we did a little while back. We're going to do it in bands, not just spiral wraps. Now I'll show you how we do the first one, then I'll speed it up. But remember, you take one of the strands and, the pink one, put it parallel to the hook, and then we do 2 wraps. And depending on how thick your chenille is, you could do 3 wraps right here. That's just how we get our bands. Now when you do that, you switch hands. Now pull the blue one forward, and we do 2 wraps with the pink. And then just switch them and keep going all the way up. Okay, now when you got about 3 bands of each, go ahead and catch them off. Now the first part of the wing we're going to do, this is the skunk. Now it's pretty sparse, but it's pretty long. So maybe about halfway down to the middle of that tail. Let's go ahead and catch this in right here. Just keep it on top. Now this next part, very important here. Before we go to the bucktail, take your 2 strands of polar bear. Now you might not think the fish can see this, but you know, Rosco swears this is what made the fly so successful. Just 2 strands of your polar bear right there. Get that caught in. Now we take our blue over yellow bucktail, also pretty sparse, but pretty long. We're gonna catch this in right on top of this, right here. Just make sure you don't spin it around. Let it flare up if you want, that's fine. We're gonna trim the front in just a second. Before I worry about the hackle, let's smooth this area out just a little bit right here. Now the collar hackle, just regular old Guinea, dyed blue, and I'm going to catch it in from the small side. It will just give me a lot more to work with as I wrap it. So let's go ahead and create a little catch in point right here. We're going to catch it in at the back of the head. You know, 3 or 4 good tight wraps right here should work. And since I caught it in at the small side, I've got this big long stem to work with. So just preen this back and wrap it around in 4 or 5 good wraps. It does have a big hackle up here. Okay, now let's catch this off and then we'll clean up this head. All right, I think that head's big enough. Let's do a little whip finish and then take a look, see if we have any cleanup. So there we go, polar skunk bear flash deer Guinea special. Pretty cool pattern. Drop a head cement and this thing's ready to fish. I appreciate you watching, everybody. And for anybody who's stuck around this far, stick around a little bit longer. I got something cool coming right up. Okay, now for any of you who've watched this far, hey, first off, I really appreciate it, and I hope you caught on that this was an April Fool's Day fly pattern. There's no such thing as the P.S.B.F.D.G, whatever I called it, and Rosco P. Coltrane was a fictional character on the 1980s TV show The Dukes of Hazzard. But I just wanted to do something a little bit fun for April Fool's Day. And here's something fun. I just created a little Savage Flies care package, which is a hat, one of our cool hats. You could either pick the khaki one or the blue and gray one, an embroidered t-shirt, and a cool Savage Flies mug, and then a sticker. So if any of y'all out there have watched this far and you'd like a chance to win this little care package, just leave a comment. Anywhere in your comment, use the word fool. Don't even have to put hashtag, just say anything you want. Just make sure you put fool in it, F-O-O-L. In a couple of days, I'll go to the random comment picker and select one and we'll pick a winner. So that's all, everybody. Thanks again for watching. See you in a couple of days. So just recently, I was flipping through some of my back issues of Portable Restroom Operator magazine when I came across shit. That's going to be freaking hard to say. All right, I can do this. Start over. Calm down. Calm down. Got it. The guy's name was Rosco Coltrane, and before he got into the porta potty business, shit. All right, stop. This wig is driving me crazy. I don't know if I can pull this off. I'm gonna keep going. Maybe nobody will notice. The guy's name was Rosco Coltrane, and before he got into the porta potty business, he was had a career so close. Now, what a lot of people don't know about Coltrane is that he pretty accomplished fly fisherman and tire. In fact, the interview with him in the Porta Potty magazine was talking about the time he caught the state record Georgia rainbow trout. Georgia state record. Ah, damn it. In fact, the interview with him, In fact, the interview with him in the Porta Potty magazine was talking about the time he caught the Georgia state record rainbow trout. Now, Now picture this, the river runs right behind the Dairy Queen in Ellijay, and he said a cook by the name of Curtis Lowe there was so lazy that instead of walking out, damn it. Now he calls this pattern his polar skunk bear flash deer Guinea. Holy shit, I'm never gonna be able to say that. Polar skunk bear flash deer Guinea. So that's all, everybody. Thanks again for watching. See you in a couple of days.